What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. As you can see right here, we got us a 1980s Clark TM15 electric forklift. It's been sitting abandoned in the back of an ice cream warehouse for decades. The ice cream company found it when they moved in and they tried to get it working, but he couldn't get it, so they hired a forklift mechanic, but he couldn't figure it out either. We bought it for $500 and they delivered it, and we just rolled it into the shed, and now it's time to see what we actually got. And surprisingly, the 36-volt battery is still in great shape, and that alone might be worth what we paid. So, and if nothing else, we can part it out and come out ahead. But our goal is not to scrap it. Our goal is to get it running, give it a fresh coat of paint, and then flip it for around $2,500.
All right, so when we first bought this, the hydraulics worked perfect. They'd go up and down, but it had a really bad oil leak, so I'm sure that's one of the seals. And it wouldn't go forward or reverse at all. It had good power, all that kind of stuff, but now the forks don't work, and it's not that it's out of oil, it's just the contact's not pulling in. So we got some electrical issue going on. Maybe it's a loose connection, a fuse, the circuit board, I'm sure that's fried. So it's getting worse and worse. So now we're going to just start over and just try to troubleshoot each little step and try to figure out where the problem is. All right, so this, I think that's going to be the drive contact, and this is the contact that works the hydraulic lift. So something's not telling the contact to pull in. So if I press the contact myself, it works. So I think the electricity comes through here, and for some reason it's not telling it to go back and pull that contact in to send the power to the hydraulic motor. So I'm thinking either it's going to be this controller or something on this circuit board. I think the problem is going to be right up in here. I'm not even sure what these are, but so I'm not sure how much one of these cost. I doubt they make them anymore. Probably got companies that'll rebuild them, or they might have some on eBay that you can get. But at least we got this to work. I don't know why it quit working, because it worked when we got it here. So let's just keep trying more stuff and see if we can get this troubleshot and figure it out.
All right, so we just took the control board off so we can look at it a little closer. And look how rusted up all these screws are. So maybe that has something to do with it.
Yeah, I think if we clean everything up, it may be this control board in here. Might have to send it out. It looks like it's already been rebuilt, because on here it says service by TVH. So it's probably already been rebuilt, if I can figure out how to open this up. But maybe we can see something obviously burnt. You can kind of look in here. Might see something burning here, and then we can know. Might be able to just change it out ourselves if it's something like a resistor. Can solder a new one back in. Or at least we'll get this out where we can clean everything up, all these screws. Just take our time and try to make it all back new again. Alright, so I don't see anything obviously burnt. I was hoping to find like one resistor burnt out. That would have been an easy fix. And usually you'll see a burnt spot. Let's see, it was rebuilt September 24th, 2012. That's whenever they did it. So we might have to send it back to that company and let them run a test on it. And that way they can figure out exactly what's wrong. Hopefully that's not expensive, if that's even a problem. It may be this, the EV100 controller. I'm gonna have to do some research on how to test all these different things, or the capacitor. But I'll do some research. We'll get Tyler can start cleaning all that up, and I'll look up where I can send this to get fixed, if that's even still in business. All right, so I cleaned up the controller board. I put it all back in, and it's still not working, but I did some research, and I think I kind of figured out why it stopped working from what it was doing yesterday. All right, so it's all back in, way cleaner. Look at all those. Looks a lot better. I was hoping that was going to be something simple with maybe a rusted up screw, but it's disconnected right now. But I tested the battery again, and it's been sitting here for a month, and the battery's at 34 volts right now, and I was reading that it needs 35.5 volts to go through here to pull in a contact. So that's probably why it's not pulling that in and making the forks work, because the forks worked the other day and it's not working. So here's the charger. It was charged up perfect at the guy's place, and this is a 220, and I don't have anything that will fit into. I got this over here, so I could go get a plug to be able to plug into that like an old dryer plug, but it's not going to reach, and it's too hard to move that thing. I'd have to hook my truck up to it and pull it. I got a 220 that's coming here, so I might take that 220 and just wire it straight into there, and that'll reach, and I can get the battery back up to about 38 volts, and then we'll see if that works. So let's try that. All right, got the charger working. This is an old charger. Had to wire it up like this, so this is pretty dangerous. I'm not even going to really show that. I've got this charging up. Hopefully in a few hours we have enough battery voltage that way it'll trigger in the circuit board to pull the contact in. Then we can see if we can get at least the forks back working, and then we'll figure out the drive system while the drive's not working. All right, it's been several days we've been working on this. I don't even remember what we really filmed last, but we're going through each little connection, cleaning up each one, because we have a voltage drop from the battery all the way to here. So it should be, this is at about 38 volts now that it's fully charged. We finally got that charged. But it drops, so I'm thinking that's from all the dirty connections. Cleaned all the controller, all those little wires up. So hopefully after we get that done, we'll at least get our hydraulics back, because that worked perfect, so I'm not sure what happened there. So I think that's got that one. Maybe one or two more wires Tyler got to clean up, and we'll try it, see if we got power again. Yeah, so this is not it. I'm not sure what it's going to be. I looked at what these control boards are, and being that this is so old, they go from, I don't know, anywhere from 600 to 1,000. And I called one guy, or I emailed him, and he was saying it's 600 bucks to get it rebuilt. So I don't think that's even worth it. I'm not even sure that's going to be our problem. All right, so let's get the battery hooked back up and then see if we got power. All right, so the moment of truth. Let's see if we made any progress. All right, so turn the key on. So we should have hydraulics. Nothing. It dropped under pressure. So still nothing. I just don't know. I don't know what's holding us out. Key. I mean, we tested all through here. I don't know. Maybe we could try ChatGPT. Let AI try to fix this. Let's try that. All right, so I've been using ChatGPT to help fix this forklift a good bit. I would explain what I'm doing, and it'd give me things to troubleshoot, and it would lay out step by step, and it would ask for pictures and help troubleshoot different things. So it's been a great resource. So if you're not using AI, that's definitely going to be the future, even for mechanics and stuff like that. So let me explain now what what I need to do, and you could just speak into it, and it speaks right back. So you don't have to sit there and try to type to it. So let me hit this. All right, we cleaned up the terminals, and we have power all the way through, but the hydraulics aren't working like they were the other day. Is there fuses that we're not seeing? I see the main fuse. It looks obvious, but is there a hidden fuse that's going to keep us? Something maybe blown? I don't know. Can you help try to figure that out? All right, so it gave us a pretty good answer with a little bit I just told it.
We're making awesome progress on this old Clark forklift project. Yeah, it's throwing us some curveballs, but that's what makes this fun. We already tracked down a big voltage drop from the battery to the controller, cleaned up every terminal and connector, got the hydraulic pump working, then boom, no drive power. Now even hydraulics are down. But that's all right. This is just a minor setback. There are 2 fuses to check. First, the obvious one near the battery plug. Big inline style, test it right in place for continuity. But the sneaky one, it's probably buried up in the steering column. That's the likely culprit. Follow the ignition wiring. It usually runs through that hidden fuse before it sends power to the main contactor. We're gonna figure this out and get it running today, and Tyler better be forklift certified by the end of it. You know the ladies dig a guy who can drive a forklift. Let me know if...
So that's it. That's 2 fuses we need to check, so let's try that, see where we at. All right, first Tyler's gonna check this fuse. I know this one's good because that's the main one where the battery comes, and we got power all over. So ChatGPT said to check it anyway, so we're gonna check it. So swap that over to ohms, and you're looking for 99.9. You're checking the resistance through the fuse. You want a good connection, like put it on the actual copper, press down good. Yeah, so you got 99.9, so that's perfect. So the other one that's saying is going to be behind this steering column. So let's pull the column down. All right, drop the column. This ain't ever fit on right. Let's try to get that off. Let's pull the whole thing off. It said follow the wires on the key. Find the key. See the wires coming from the key?
Yeah.
Follow that down. Should be a fuse somewhere.
Looks like it's coming down to this. Push that out.
Oh, that's busted. Take the tape off. So it looks like the fuse isn't even touching. So I bet us moving this steering column up and down to close that hood messed it up. Yeah, so they had tape on this. Oh, this looks busted. We need to check this. Yeah, it looks good. It's just not making a connection. So let's, yeah, this is completely busted. Yeah, so this would keep, the keys was keeping power from going to here. So that's going to be our problem, I think. So who says AI is not helpful? So let's get this taped up and see if it works now. All right, I can't get this to stay connected, so I'm gonna just have to push it together real hard. I was gonna try to use electrical tape, but I think really the only way I'm gonna have to use some duct tape. That's what's gonna keep it more secure. That back in there. I hope that works. All right, so now the next moment of truth. Let me, let's see. Turn the key on. Got the battery. So that works. So now we're back to where we were a few days ago. So let's see if all our cleaning up got us back, got us to where we can drive it. So we're gonna have to unplug it, push this down, and get it all buttoned up. So let's do that and see if it drives. All right, let's see if it's gonna run. We got movement. Let's see how bad the oil's leaking. Yeah, we got a nice little oil leak. Yeah, next we're going to have to figure out this oil leak. That's a good bit of oil. It's running good, it just runs very slow, which this is a warehouse forklift. Horn works. So So I'm gonna call that success. I can't believe we got this thing running. At the ice cream shop where it was at, they hired a mechanic to come look at it and he couldn't fix it. So the chance that I could fix it was very slim. I was expecting to part it out. That's good. Right there. So we're gonna have to figure out where this leak's coming from. I saw one spot right here. It's kind of wet coming out of that. That would be the tilt, but I don't think it's all coming from there. You got a key off. Yeah, so I was gonna try to do this whole thing in one video, like paint and all that, but since it took us, I don't know, probably 4 days of troubleshooting this to try to figure it out because it was just so hard. So many little things and connections and all that. So since we got it running in this video, next we'll paint it and just get it all fixed up. Maybe try to figure out where the leak's coming from. See if that's gonna be easy fix. And see if we can sell this thing for, who knows, maybe $2,500.
Alright guys, that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed. And make sure you stay tuned for our next video where we give it a full paint job. You're not going to want to miss that one. And make sure you follow us on Instagram at Swamp Boys Garage where we give quicker updates between each video. So thank you so much for watching and we'll see you in the next one.